What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yo, welcome to Dynasty Overload Podcast. I'm your boy Raz, man. Thanks for hanging out with me again today. Listen, guys, I wanted to bring something to you. I wanted to talk about the guy with the best overall potential in this draft, Mr. Anthony Richardson. Guys, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about this. We have to get into this guy. Listen, so I'm not sure if you guys heard about this guy's pro day, but this guy lit it up. Anthony Richardson completely lit it up. He set the combine on fire when he was there. I think he ran a 4.4 a 4.440. This guy, all the athletic ability. This guy, when you saw him on the field, he was running away from SEC offenses. Okay, now listen, his passing hasn't been the best. He's not very accurate. He's not consistent in that area as far as passing goes. So that's the thing that's keeping him down, and that's why you have, for the most part, or the majority of this run, you've had three other quarterbacks ranked ahead of him, as far as Stroud, Young, and Levis. Now Levis seems to be a far cry away. Stroud and Young seem still to be the favorites to go ahead of him. But listen, guys, it's starting to change. The winds are starting to blow. The name Anthony Richardson is starting to ring and sound very loud now, guys. So it's something that we need to be paying attention to. So right now, I just got some information pulled up on Anthony Richardson as far as like the latest information. Listen, guys, Anthony Richardson was a borderline first round pick at the start of this draft process. Then you started to hear, hey, top 15. You heard top 10. I am now hearing top 5. And I mean, this guy, listen, if you just look at these headlines, Anthony Richardson hits the roof with a throw at his pro day. I mean, this guy has a cannon for an arm. Okay, so now he's visiting with the Raiders. I saw something about him visiting with the Colts. It says, did the Colts show which quarterback they're most interested in? So, I mean, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go and look at our at who's picking, okay? Who needs quarterback? Let's do that. Okay. All right. So we have Carolina picking first. I doubt they go Anthony Richardson first, okay? Houston second. Hey, I think Houston wants to go young. I think Carolina wants to go Stroud. I think Houston wants to go young. I think Houston wants to be safe, and I think Carolina actually wants to be in it at some point, you know? So I think they're tired of not being in it. I think they're going to go safe. Then they're going to go Stroud, and I think that they're already starting to put those pieces around Stroud to try to make him more successful, which is good. That's what you want to do with your young quarterbacks. Houston, I think that Houston is trying to do the same thing. They have Mechie now. They signed Bobby Bobby Trees or Robert Woods. Signed Robert Woods. So they're starting to put those pieces together to try to help out a young QB. Next, we have Arizona. So Arizona's probably not going to go quarterback. I think Arizona needs to tighten up that defense. So I think that's where they're going to look to go. Now we have the Colts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hate the Colts. I'm a Titans fan, so I hate the Colts. I hope the Colts go Levis. Levis to the Colts. Levis to the Colts, right? Get with me on that. But here, listen, this is where we really start to heat up right here at Seattle, right here at 5, okay? So Seattle has the 5th pick. Listen, Geno's deal. Yes, he has a 3-year was a $90 million deal or something like that. That's what the deal said. That's what the agent reported it as. And theoretically, that's what the contract says. The contract also says that they can get out after 1 year. After 1 year. Remember, Geno has only had one good season. And hey, maybe that was a fluke. Not really sure. So I would say the first person to really look at here is Seattle. I don't really see him making it past Seattle. And let's just keep going. Detroit's next. I mean, how do they truly feel about Golf, right? They could trade Golf. They could move Golf. I think Golf only has 1 year on that deal. He's not re-signed, and they didn't draft him. They did trade for him, but he was basically a throwaway pick. He was basically, in our dynasty leagues that, hey, well, toss so-and-so in. He was a toss in. I mean, it's a good toss in, but he was a toss in. All right, who's next? Vegas. Come on, man. Listen, you guys might believe in what they call him, porn star Jimmy, but I don't. I think porn star Jimmy's always hurt. I think porn star Jimmy is limited. I think porn star Jimmy looked really great in a loaded San Francisco offense. So we'll see what he has now. But, the Raiders are already going to want to look better than they did coming out with that whole Derek Carr thing because they look terrible. Terrible. And Derek Carr was terrible. So how did the terrible quarterback come out looking like he was the hero somehow? Regardless of that. Next we have Atlanta. I think Atlanta's gonna ride with Ritter. And then who we have? Chicago. Chicago should do themselves a favor. And never mind. We're not gonna talk about Fields. Philadelphia, they're fine. Tennessee, hey, my team. We need a quarterback. We need a quarterback bag, guys. So listen, if it's not the top 5, it definitely could stop there at 11 with Tennessee. Hey, we took Malik Willis last year, hoping and praying that he would be the prospect that Anthony Richardson is. And when I'm saying that Anthony Richardson is the best overall potential prospect in this draft, he is. Can you imagine? Even all you Bijan Robinson truthers out there, hey, even you guys, you have to imagine if Anthony Richardson can get his passing under control, can get a little bit more accurate, if he can kind of have the Josh Allen, type of resurrection to where he's more accurate, going along with his big body frame and superb athleticism. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that type of player? Can you imagine that type of weapon? Come on, guys. So yeah, I believe that Anthony Richardson has the highest ceiling in this draft. Should you draft him 2 overall? I'm not so sure. I mean, it's a high risk, high reward type of deal. He could be Malik Willis. He could flame out. You could see him on the field, and he could look terrible. I just don't think so. I think we saw him against SEC competitors. So I think that he had the greatest competition already. Unlike Malik didn't play big time schools like that, and when he did, he didn't look so great. And listen, I'm still pulling for Malik though. Anyways, guys, listen, that's all I got for you today. Let's go Anthony Richardson. I'm going to be watching this guy. I'm going to be seeing where he goes. If you have, I'm not going to sit here and say that you should risk it all, but hey, baby, no risk it, no biscuit, right? All right. I'm signing off. This is Tommy. This is Raz, man, with Dynasty Overload Podcast. Have a good one, guys.